Yeah, I don't know, maybe if Mel wants, we can, I don't know, maybe time when she finished, because I feel storage always.
I think things could be a bit easier for her in the next month or two, sort of thing. I think she's just trying to do time to pay for the holiday, but trouble is if we do it later for myself at the moment because of my sporting commitments, I won't be able to make a later time. So
sure. Okay, yeah. Well,
but she will be back with us sometime soon, sort of thing. But
yeah.
while she's got the opportunity for overtime there, I think she's just taking it while she can.
Cool, great. All right. So before starting composition, I would advise to just make it bigger, the bird. Yeah, because of course you can have your phone in front to help you, but it's so small, so kind of just remember and try and make it bigger. And also, for example, I have this sketchbook, yeah, and I kind of, so my tape was here, kind of, yeah, the white tape that I put, and you see, kind of I made it big, yeah. So, but of course you can arrange, yeah, how you like it, but I think it looks kind of, yeah, instead of making it small, yeah. So yeah, let's sketch. Yeah, so you already also kind of know, yeah, you just start with the, kind of light movements, yeah, just getting feeling of the shape, yeah. So don't, yeah, not getting into details, yeah. So you get the shape, and maybe if you want to correct, yeah, in the page how it looks in the paper, yeah. So that's also the moment, and then once feel okay, it's good, it's sitting good on the paper, yeah, then you can start getting into details, and with details you also correct the proportions, yeah. It of course all comes with time, yeah. The more you sketch, then the easier it gets, meaning like, yeah, with time you're getting quickly into the right proportions, yeah. Then it's by the less erasing. Yeah, okay, for example, I got now too detailed with the head. Now it's easy. Yeah, then I kind of remind myself and I try to stop, and yeah, and always I can kind of, when I sketch some part and I check myself, for example, yes, this line is going a bit vertically, and I say, it looks kind of almost in the middle. Yes, this orange part and this blue part. Yeah, so I check myself how it looks on my paper. Yeah, if there is enough space for. And of course, if you have possibility, try maybe to do a bit more details on the blue part. Yeah, so of course not too precisely photographic, but just by the feeling. Yeah, if you have orange part a bit more, yeah, just kind of, let's say, flat, yeah, or just color combinations, then blue part we have all these, yeah, changes. Yeah, and then check how it looks, if it looks too long, your bird, or too fat. Yeah, and try to adapt. Yeah, and of course the part of the tree, for example, it's also like something that one can kind of correct if you started the drawing already and you say, it's not really sitting on the paper with this wood part. Yeah, you can make it bigger or smaller or move a bit, and one can play. Yeah, so because yeah, we can change this wooden part. No one will know. Yeah, and so what when I sketch, then I also mark myself where are the main shadows, or which parts. So then I would just go a bit more fat with the pencil, or would even, just cover with pencil space where, because it's kind of, you learn, you sketch, and the same time you study, and then you just mark for yourself to remember, okay, where is the light, which part will be. Yeah, and then can come back to do a bit more details where the head is. Yeah, it's a lot of there, some white spots and yeah, one can also play, for example, with the eye. Yeah, depending where you put this white circle. Yeah, and remember also we usually mark it bigger. Yeah, with pencil, because later with paint, yeah, it always gets lost. So, yeah, mark it bigger now, and later when I put paint, it will become just as it needs to be. And you can play also where the bird is looking. Yeah, so you can maybe kind of you put it really on the left to be like he's looking back, yeah, over his shoulder, or the opposite if he's looking in front somewhere.
I'm going to send you a photograph. I'm not sure about the beak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the beak. Just do.
Let's see. All right, let's see you. Yes, well, I say it a bit long, yes.
Right.
It's kind of like stretched, in height. So, like,
okay.
In real life, he's a bit more, kind of shorter and more.
If I, okay, what I do is if I take off the bottom bit.
Yeah, so I suggest exactly the bottom is easier to correct because you've done the details. So it's, the wood part is easier, and just then you raise the bottom and make him shorter. And then the stomach, you can make also a little bit more kind of curvy. Yeah.
Right.
But it's again, only if you like really looking to paint so it's realistic.
Yeah.
Maybe it's also your interpretation, maybe it's because he looks good. I like the sketch. And he looks like maybe if he's surprised, sometimes they can up the birds and like, oh, who's there? Yeah. I have these birds that I sent you like earlier picture that come always eat the food of the dog. They're so funny. They keep on coming. They bring friends, like 3 birds coming in, and they're like, you know, sitting and then stretching also and looking. Can they come in if there's someone? No. And
That's funny.
yeah. So yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just going to alter it now.
And the belly a bit of a bit brown.
Yeah, actually, it's quite dark, isn't it, underneath? I've just noticed that more. It's quite a bit of a shadow, isn't there?
You can now also decide, Darren, like if you want to do the background. Yes, because we'll first do, of course, the bird and the tree, and then maybe you say, I like it actually. Yes, I was in doubt. Shall I do background? Not. Yeah. Okay, experiment. Right. But it can be also just on white paper. Yeah, it doesn't. Of course, but it looks nice with shadow. That kind of his belly is getting like mixed with background a little bit. Yeah, so it's So background can also So for example, I took now from my set, I took the colors, that I probably need. So just easier with space, yes. So you can, I see Darren, you're ready with sketch. Yes, I have light blue, dark blue, I have orange. I have actually interesting, instead of yellow, I have gold in my set, and it's really nice. Yeah, it's yellow, but it's not really this so bright. It's really a bit kind of ochre. And then I have brown, I have black, and green. Then in case we do the background. So it's also kind of, I have here a bit pink, where the nose is, but it's it depends. Also with less color, it might be easier. Yeah, I'm excited to see how it will work out. So sketch. Yeah, so just a few minutes. Yeah, you let us know, Jules. Yeah, I'll also do it a bit more.
Right, I'll take another photo and see what you think of this.
Yeah.
He's a bit chunkier.
Yeah, so Darren, you can like work a bit more maybe on details on the wings.
Yep.
Yeah. So okay, I got the rules. Yeah, looks nice. I would lift up this point on the left side where the neck is.
Oh yeah.
So it's
I can see that now. Yeah.
Then the head will become not so straight, but more. So this is also kind of it's normal, the process when we paint. This is exactly what we do. We correct, we move, and that's how we kind of we always check these points. Where are they, vertically or horizontally? And it's a good way to get the point right. Right. So how we will work with these pencils? The technique will be a bit similar like watercolors. First, we do some kind of with one color, we do the background, we let it dry, and then we go on top with some details. So we will start with light blue, and we'll cover like this upper part, let it dry, then come back again with the same blue, or maybe also with the darker one. Yes, and I don't know if you have a spare paper. Yes, you can experiment. Maybe if it's really the first time you, yeah, you can take a paper and just see and try how they're working, so not to ruin the yeah. So it's also for those who have double-sided. I use mostly this bigger side. Yeah, so I think Darren has also just one side, and you have it, just this wide. Yeah, because the other side is like really like a pen. Yeah, and yeah, sometimes I use it, but like really in the end, maybe some details, but mostly I've used this. And the principle I do, so for example, I decide, yes, that here in the head, I'll put light blue. And I don't really cover all with pencil. I just kind of sit a little bit of color, and then I go with my water brush and yeah, just kind of start blending out, yeah, something like this.
So unlike last week, we're not, because last week we wetted the whole entire paper first, didn't we? So we're not doing that this week?
Yeah, we're not making wet, no, because yeah, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
I remember it's kind of, I think you can also do, but since we have this pen, it kind of, yeah, it makes this job. And also, depending on exercise, remember that when we did wet, it was because then it was like blurring out, yes. And today the bird is a bit more precise. So yeah, if you feel unsure, try on some paper, yeah, next to you, just how it feels, yeah. And then so I'll, for example, start with the head, yeah. So here I just sit a bit, like really, yeah, and then just with this water brush, I blend it out. And you will see that once it's dry, it will also become like there will be less paint. You will think, oh, but I've put the color and now it's gone. Yeah, it's a little bit like with watercolors. Yes, watercolor. The other thing, what happens with me when I paint with those, that always my left hand, the fingers, they get dirty, they get painted, because I always kind of clean up the point of this water brush, yeah, because of course it has the paint stays there, and then I just kind of, yeah, so maybe easier you can do it with a paper towel, but kind of, I go quickly, and then my hands are painted, but then okay, I can wash with this liquid, and yeah, it gets wet, yeah. So yeah, and then we can go also for the parrot. Yeah, for the other blue parrots, we can put this blue and just fade it out. Yeah, so I kind of put few strokes, not necessarily all. Yeah, and then I start fading out. Yeah, just it's a little bit maybe just the different system than with usual watercolors when yeah. So here not.
I think it'd be quite good for illustrations if you were just doing a drawing and then.
Yes, it's actually exactly really good for yeah, but one can experiment and do also.
Yeah, it's definitely a learning curve. How are you getting on, Darren?
Yeah, I'm fine here, I think, at the moment. So
yeah,
you remember you can also clean up. For example, now I've forgotten, I've missed, and I painted this white part, and it's the same like with water. Yeah, I can take it out, and I really like literally all the time when I use this, and I kind of with fingers I clean it. Yes, because of course the paint stays there, and it's the same like you do something with the brush and then you dip it into the water to have it clean. Yeah, then I just wash it with and but so like the interesting part with them is that's like you put and they really yeah, you kind of wash them. So for example, yeah, here I can also I put like this one line like this, yeah, on the head, and now with this brush I can really work with this and fade it out. Yeah, but also try to work, for example, quickly, meaning if I put this blue line, then I quickly go with this water brush over, yeah? So otherwise the kind of, sometimes the line keeps sitting there, yeah? And you will see it will change. So once it's dry, it will kind of, yeah, will be less paint. Yeah, so again, I'm sitting, yeah, some of this blue where I want, and then I just start fading out. They're also mixing in between. So for example, one also should be very careful. Yeah? So if I do now these blues and now I'll try go with the orange next to it. Yeah, they will mix into the brown. Yeah, so if they're wet. Yeah, so it's the same like with the watercolors. Yeah. And now really we just kind of not thinking too much of details, we're setting the color. And then it will dry, and then we go over again and do the details. Yeah, because with this, when you go over with this water brush, yeah, the details won't stay. They will just go faded out. Yeah, but it's nice now. You really create these interesting connections.
I'm using a paintbrush for the water. There's not enough water coming out there. I'm squirting it.
Really? The mine one,
Yeah.
Maybe
because you've used it quite a few times. It's new, isn't this one? So maybe after a period of time, if I keep squeezing it.
Okay, interesting.
I'm just using a very thin paintbrush just to blend in, because I'm a bit concerned that it's, as you say, it dries really quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it's kind of, I'm holding both. Yeah, so dependent.
Yeah.
I'll paint and also, for example, I don't put like, okay, let's say all dark blue and then start. I go like for parts. Okay, here a few parts, and then go with the water brush, and then other blue parts. And yeah. So, and here also again allow some interesting combinations, meaning they also kind of blurring one into another, and it might appear also nice. Yeah. Also, if you see it, the picture, it really looks nice if you leave like the contour of the back and the head with light blue. So the dark blue would start, like maybe 1 or 2 centimeters inside. Then it feels a bit like shiny. The birds. Yeah, and then you can experiment. Some lines you can leave. You don't have to blur them out. Yeah, so maybe it's like you leave them like details. Yeah. And we also can now work a little bit, yes, on the back, and can leave it to rest, and and then come back. And then the same time, the same like we have. So I said this light blue line outside, the head and the back, and then you can see it's also darker in the middle, like where the blue is ending and the orange is starting. Yes, then we have also it's a shadow, because the wing is on top, so it creates a little bit of the shadow, and then we also put it and it looks nice. Yeah, and also maybe not, and can also maybe blend it a little bit. Yes, but I really clean all the time this water brush. Yes, so, and of course using blue and black, the finger is getting, But if I don't clean it, then then I'll be making kind of a mess or dirty, because then I'm coming with the paint to the places. And again, if I go somewhere wrong, I can also clean, take off some paint. And okay, so for example, I can take the other side of pen and yeah, without water, just kind of paint maybe the eye. Yeah, also, so we did this blue, and now putting the eye can help us, you know, just kind of this feeling of progressing the drawing. Yeah, so instead everything is blurred. Yeah, we do the eye, and then it already feels a bit. Yeah, so with these ones, it's kind of good. You can mix, yeah, the blurring with making a line, you know, using a thin line. That's usually, of course, hard to do with the normal brush, but here you use it like a pen. Yeah, so here, for example, I go now, I do maybe a few details. Maybe I don't want to blur it. Yeah, just kind of lines. So then it's also interesting on the head. Yeah, we have this, there are like little dots. Yeah, so then I can also do, so if the upper part of head is ready, is dry, then yeah, you can check. So you can go with the same color and put the dots, and you see if they look darker, yeah, because they're not blended, then yeah, if not, then you take maybe other color of blue. Or I can, yes, set the dots with the same color, and then maybe just add a little bit of the other, you know, just to make them a bit more visible. Yeah, but here it's a lot of coming back. Yes, you did something, you use this water brush, it got blurred, faded out, and then you come back. That's why it's kind of, you always analyze, okay, where is the darker, where are the accents, where are the, yeah, and okay, if you get, you know, tired with this blue part, just leave it for a while, give it a rest. Yeah, and we can switch to orange, and then of course we can come back. And here on the belly, yeah, let's try also blurring them. Yes, so let's say three here. I have so yellow, orange, brown. Yeah, so well, I use this gold for yellow. Can try, yeah, first with these two, yellow and orange, because they are both light, and yeah, and let's say I put here, yes. So I'm really kind of, yeah, putting like line, yeah, fat line of color, and then I go with the water brush and blend them out. Yes, here again, careful with the touching with glue, because it might. And again, some parts when blurring, I can make lighter, some darker. Yeah, so if I put more water, yeah, it will become more faded out. And now, for example, I put orange. Yeah, and kind of blur these two together. Yeah, so. It's also, for example, I feel that the marker is not painting well when it's wet. Yes, when the paper is wet and I go on top again, with marker, it's not really leaving color. So Yeah. Here. Yeah, so for example, it's not so bright, yeah, but I wait till it's dry, and then some parts can go on top again with orange, yeah, and make it brighter. Yeah, and also, for example, yeah, one can do these things like I can take maybe red and orange and mix them. Yeah, but maybe when you already got a bit more practice with those brushes, then you kind of you feel what they're doing, and then yeah. So now with when you do the belly with brown, yes, I suggest also doing with the steps, so not covering all brown and then trying to blend into orange and yellow, but yeah, with parts. So let's say here on top, I put some brown, and then I blend it. Yeah, and here I clean really a lot my brush. So when I see that the brown is coming too over the orange, and it's not what I want, yes, I clean the brush, and then yeah, and it might happen, yeah, then it also take a bit too much, but it means that just give it a few seconds to dry, and then you go over again. Yeah, and here remember also a bit of the movement of the fur. Yeah, so blending a bit also like how the belly is going. Yeah. Now how it's going? How is the feeling?
I'm fine here. I've not gone to the brown just yet, but I'm just sort of blend different shades of orange at the moment for his chest.
Yeah.
So,
but it feels nice, the brushes, or
yeah, I'm happy with that there. So
cool. I actually got like really yeah, I practiced with them, and then it became even a bit easier, and I thought it's really nice to take them out for painting outdoors. And you don't really need, a cup and to put it somewhere, but you can sit on the bench and do the sketch, and it looks like watercolor. So yeah, and it's also handy to travel. So yeah, can. Okay, this time my bird got a bit too fat. But yeah, so for example, also for the part of the tree, I will be mixing brown and black. Yeah, because then so it looks a bit more darker than the wood. And for example, you can also, like on the picture, you can't really see the legs, just a little bit. Yeah, but I've marked like a little bit, yeah, the like 2 orange stripes, just still like kind of a feeling, yeah, that the leg is somewhere there. Yes, so I don't know, feel free to ask if you have some doubts with these brushes, how it's
I'm going to find this. So
yeah, nice, good to hear. Yeah, I think they're.
I'm using my original photograph as a sort of reference a bit to help a bit.
Yeah.
Just looking at it, I can let you into a little, or tell you something about kingfishers, which you might not know. In the original photograph, he's got a totally black beak. If the lower part of the beak was red, then that's a female, but because it's all black, it's a male.
Wow.
Didn't know that.
That's something I only found out about just chatting to someone the other day.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, the clever nature.
Yeah.
It's all invents in this. Yes, can add maybe a bit purple there on the side of the nose. Yeah, I can also maybe. Yeah, because can kind of mix it with the blue. Yes, I think Jules right. It's really nice for illustrations because it's exactly where you can combine the blurring and yes, and the line fixed.
What you said about taking them out would make sense though as well, is because you end up with so much stuff if you do take anything out.
Mm-hmm.
You could just have the packet of these, some tissue and that's it really, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. And actually, like the fill up of this water brush, for me, lasts a lot. For example, I did 2 or 3 drawings just with one fill. Yeah, so it's, but even if it's empty, yeah, you have your like drinking bottle with you, and it's not much, and you can refill. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to outdoors with those. Because in the end, what painting outdoors, it's kind of more catching this feeling, catching this moment, and you really have to work quickly because it's also the sun is changing. You sometimes you put the shadow and the shadow is already moving, yes, and so like usually you do the sketch, yeah, like sketchy part of work outside, and then you come back to the, let's say, home studio, and then you do, on the base of this sketch, you do the like maybe more complicated, like more elaborated work. Yeah, so again, for the wood part, yeah, also notice there is like the light part is on the bottom. Yeah, so for example, what I can do, I just put brown, yeah, somewhere in the middle or on the top of tree, and then with the blurring pen, I just kind of bring some faded brown color to the bottom part of tree like this. Yeah, I leave it with white. Yeah, but later you will feel that you want to make the tree darker, and then can also go like with black on the upper part, and then also fade it in. Yeah, and then can also, for example, I can move the brush so it leaves the strokes how on the way how tree so goes, so there is some kind of rounded. Yes, and again, if some parts becomes too wet, just leave it dry, go to other part. Yeah, because in the end you will notice that, for example, yeah, I stick my paper to the cardboard, and the cardboard, yeah, becomes also wet. Because still all this. Yeah, and with the kind of the time you practice with them, then you become more confident. So now I've got all these strokes on the tree, because now I kind of know how much, yeah, will be faded out. Yeah, so then I just
I've also discovered if you do it from, if you use the brush on their side,
yeah,
gives like a bit of a texture as well.
Interesting. Maybe it also depends, yeah, what paper you have.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, because
it's like, ooh,
but nice, yeah. Those surprises are the ones.
And now this is working properly.
Yes.
Yeah, the water's coming out properly. I gave it a good squirt.
Yeah, so it's really like first, yeah, we put color, we blend it, like this, we prepare the base, and then we come back with the details. Yes, and for example, you don't have to go, so with the water brush, you know, over every part where you put the color. Sometimes, for example, I put and I say, okay, this one shall stay not blended out. I want this part to be, you know, dark. So yeah, I might blend just, let's say, the border, yeah, but the main spot I leave untouched with water brush, and then my spot stays dark. Yes, and here, of course, works the same story of saving light parts. Yes, so even if we can take, yeah, some color out, still if we want some parts to stay clean, yeah, like then we just, yeah, take care not to go over. Yes, and it's nice going over to do the details. It's a bit like, yeah, the same process when we do with small brush. Only here it's even easier because then it's kind of just with pen. Yeah, you paint. Yes, and here again, it's all the same. You're checking, yes, from time to time. Okay, where more dark is missing. Yes, so once it's dry, it's faded out. Then you can see, okay, maybe on the belly part, my brown faded too much. Yes, because yeah, one really wants to emphasize the shape of the bird. Yeah, so then I have to create yeah, this. Yeah, and sometimes what I found also works nicely. So for example, instead of fading out, yeah, let's say I've put brown, yeah, did the first layer, it faded out. And then now I made, yeah, one part with brown darker. And instead going, yeah, with the water brush, yeah, blur out the border, because then it will take again the fade out, it will become again, yeah, then I went just with orange kind of on top, yeah, and it also kind of then blends those two, yeah, and but then it's not taking color out, so it stays them, you know, like shadow. Yeah, and those, like when it dries, actually really looks nice in some parts. Yeah, you get all these blurred, like watercolor. Yeah, and sometimes you get unexpected combinations, and it's like, oh, nice.
It's coming out better than I thought, actually.
Yay. Probably the
I was like, oh, we first did it, I was like, oh dear. No, it seems to be.
So maybe water brushes will have the second chance as well.
Yes, it will. It have another day.
Yeah.
But I'm intrigued to maybe use, I'm thinking about using an illustration black pen for something, because I've got some postcard.
Yeah, yes.
And then use, say, a bit of colour. I might do that when we're away. It's taken with me.
Yay.
Yeah.
Brushes will get to travel.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, so here it's again like with watercolors, we come back to to some parts. So it's not like acrylics. We can put and this kind of stays. Yeah, the brightness, because yeah, watercolors, they're fading. So we always return to some spots where it's needed. Yes, so you let me know if you want to go with for background. Yes.
I'm going to try for a background, I think.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, then let me know. We can.
Me too. I'm trying to build up the blue on his wing at the moment.
Yeah, same here. I'm limited. I've only got a couple blues. No, so
yeah. Take your time. No worries. I just feel I'm overdoing a bit my birdie.
I think it's because I've watered out a lot of it. It's gone really light when now it's dried. What about you, Darren? Is the same, but it's gone really light.
Yeah. I need to work on the browns though, because looking at the screen on Evie's, the sort of underbelly is quite dark. So I need to work on that a bit, I think. Yeah.
It's actually the belly one should work on this shadow. Yeah, so then it looks like, okay, the bird is round with his belly. Yeah, because if your brown will be more light, than the orange, then it will look kind of reverse. You kind of, the brain doesn't understand that this brown part is kind of the other side of the circle that is shadow, that is if it's light. So funny how my bird turned out differently. They got more fat with time.
It's had all the worms.
Probably, yeah. It was hungry, sitting and waiting for the lesson. So. But I notice every time then And of course, I prepared the lesson, then I paint on my own, and then talking really, yeah, it's kind of makes it different.
It's unique then, isn't it, if you have different ones? But thank you for this, because I looked at it and I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know even where to start.
Well, I'm really happy now that actually it turns into success, and you will try to use them. Nice.
I say, like, Darren bought these about 3 years ago, and they've just been sitting there doing nothing, because he's like, oh, I can use them for colouring in, and then he hasn't. So I was like, what a waste. Use them for something.
Yeah. Well, they waited for their time.
Yeah.
Patiently, like, okay, Jules.
Yeah, this is the time. I will laugh, because one of my friends, she's still got my Christmas present. I'm going to see her in a couple of weeks. She said, I bought you something you've never tried before. And I was like, oh, I'm not telling you what it is. I was like, oh, okay. So it'd be funny if it's these, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'll laugh. I won't say nothing though.
Oh, but then it's good you have two sides, you know.
Yeah, but I'll just say, oh, like that.
Yeah. But I still don't know how quickly they run out. Yeah, so I mean,
really?
I mean, till now, yeah, well, I've painted maybe since November. Yeah, I don't know how many works, but some of them. So let's see. Yeah, one
right.
once
Okay.
one. But I imagine probably my dark blue will be the first one to run out.
Yeah.
The most common one.
Yeah, because you can't even tell what's in them, can you?
Yeah, exactly. Probably.
I've got a bit of a rainbow bird.
Mm. Yeah, I feel that my bird got so fat that I need to make its eye a bit bigger. it feels not proportion for it more. Yes, also taking off paint. Yeah, it's usually always works depending on your paper. Yeah, so if you know that you're using thick one, yeah, like 300, then you can be sure, and you can even like take more. And today so concentrated. Not much talking. Good, good. I like it. Yeah, the material.
I've just put in a light background for the moment so that it will dry in time to put in a darker one.
Good, good, good. Yes. Yeah, then I also started. Exactly, I'm also doing, so first green, yes. And then kind of making it darker. Yeah, especially of course where it connects with the belly. So it's kind of, yeah. So yeah, you just put in color and yeah, and then just yes, and here one can also already, yeah, once kind of practiced, one can control, yeah, how much water I put, how much I fade it out. Yes, and exactly, we'll let it dry because, as I said, otherwise, well, on my side, depends on not painting on top. Yeah, when it's yeah, and then one can decide maybe next to the as bird, like on one side, the background is darker. Yes, maybe going to the down part of paper, it can become lighter. Yeah, one can also use the paper towel, yeah, to take off some paint. I use fingers at the moment, but yeah, and on top of the bird, it's kind of a bit opposite. So I leave lighter green, yeah, next to the blue part of bird. Yeah, because then we're kind of following, yeah. So if the belly is in the shadow, it means the shadow is there. It means the top of the back has light. Yeah, and that's why I said we can leave this line of light blue, yes, kind of on top of the back, because then it helps, gives a bit like the, yeah, this feeling of light, the shining, and that's what kind of, yeah, we see it usually also in the paint fur, yeah, because then it's kind of the light going through there. And yeah, and no worries, yeah, if the first layer of background gets weird or yeah, to light, so we just, yeah, I mean, I put kind of really several layers of brown on this background, yeah, to get, because of course, yeah, when we want to blend it, we use the water brush, and water brush takes off the color, yeah, it becomes pale. So then it's kind of this game. Yeah, but maybe you also will like some of the parts, yeah, of the blur. Maybe they will look interesting. So yeah, so I would suggest try going yeah, with green and brown. And only if you see that maybe your brown is not giving the darkness you want, you can add a bit of black. Yes, but it's like the same usually we do with adding black and mixing paints. We add just a tiny bit just to make it, the green or the red a bit more intense, but still the color keeps being, so not too dirty. Yeah, so here I've added brown, but I know I will have to come back and add more because then it's, yeah, it can be also coming back with the same green, yes, since we faded out green and then I can back with the same green, it can also help to fade them. Yeah, the background is always kind of tricky part because either you make it better the drawing or sometimes it's like, oh no, wish I have left without background. So the background is also the part that one experiment. And then sometimes it's interesting, you put at the same time, so I put strokes of brown, now I put the strokes of green, and then I take the water pen and kind of start blurring them in the same time. Yeah, can also try. And then one can, again, you play the same like with normal paints, you decide how much of each color you have to get the mix. Now I put more brown, I get it darker, I put more green, a bit brown, then yeah, I don't know. Also, for example, I like kind of this upper part of light green on top of my bird. Maybe I want to go with dark, with brown there. Yes, you can, for example, go on top. Yeah, again, so you did some brown, you blend it out, and then on top I'm going with green, and then can also work to correct, to get them. Yeah, if you can, in the background, one can play a bit more with this feeling of watercolor. Yeah, but you can, then you get this, all this kind of blend parts. Usually, actually, when paint with brush, one can kind of try avoiding. Yeah, this case looks interesting. Yeah, and remember you can also get back in with the water brush and clean out. So if you got too dark some parts, then you just okay. So I would say with the background, the most important part is this connection with the belly. Yes, to have it kind of nice. Yes, try to work to get this tone. Yeah, that maybe the belly is not jumping too much, or the shadow is not. Yeah, so it's kind of bit. Yeah, work on this, and the rest background can go more free, how it feels. Yeah, of course, having frame, from the tape always makes it better. Well, such concentrated work I haven't seen for a while. Huh? Nice. And so if, for example, these water brushes, they are also different. When I was buying, they have like bigger ones, both also the part where you put water and also this like the brush part itself. Yeah, there are some like tiny ones. There are also some wider ones. And so one can, I bought like kind of medium. Yeah, but one can. But I don't really think one needs really. Maybe if you really work on illustrations and like really a lot specific, then maybe you want one tiny water brush and one bigger, but right. I'll just I'll show you two things that I bought to experiment. So you you like no rush. Yeah, if you have time, you can finish works. So I got. I was browsing in AliExpress. Since I think Chile has kind of free trade with China, so it's kind of really because I know my friend, she's from Germany, and I think she can't buy anymore on AliExpress or something like, they're not shipping to Germany or something. And so I was even buying for her something here. I got some interesting brushes. I think they were like for let's say for manicure, for nails, for people who do nails. But they're like really so many different ending parts. So I haven't experimented yet. I'm looking forward to see. So maybe I'll I don't know. Yeah, you can see there.
Yeah, they look fun.
It's like so. I will experiment a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the second part that I'm looking forward to experiment, it was this portal, that I talked. So this silver and the gold kind of leaves, and you use a special glue, and then you can put a part of gold and a part of silver, to your painting. So I will experiment and then let you know. It's also very cheap, this material. It's the glue that costs a bit more, but and then so it's I think in English it's called the same potal, and it's like thin leaf of gold.
Right.
In brown leaf. And sometimes sometimes they come like a lot of tiny parts, or it comes with one sheet.
Right.
And you can actually use both. So I will experiment and then.
I say with the makeup brushes, we'll probably get some in down in Poundland.
Yeah.
Right, I'm done. Okay. As I say, this has come out better than I thought.
Okay, sorry, Darren, I missed. Oh, I like.
Oh, damn, Denise.
Nice, Darren. The background is really awesome. I really like background. It's very.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, but I will comment a little bit on the of the wood part. This line is like very thin, like the small one. So maybe just get the feeling that like due to position. I know in the picture it's thin, but oh, sorry, my phone is ringing. I don't know. So just maybe a bit more fat. The tree feels more stable now, and the bird itself, I like very nice. Good job on belly. I can see you've been. So you kept light yellow there. You kept this light orange. So I know it's kind of very sometimes not easy when you put the brown and then it's coming on top of the orange and yellow, and kind of that's why you kind of really have to think to keep the brush clean, yeah, when you blend,
Mm.
and avoid maybe sometimes brown overtone, too much.
I actually cheated a bit as well on the bird. If you look closely on the blue wings and on his head, I actually got a bit of white acrylic paint to just do a few little sort of dots to do the dot bits.
I see the dots. I mean, I like it. I like also that, yeah, you mix the media and you use this. The only thing maybe it's, for example, yeah, when you put them on the wing, you put them too equal on the all part of the wing.
Right, yeah.
If you, let's say, yeah, you put maybe a bit more just on the right part of the wing, and then the left part of the wing maybe smaller, or don't put it all, or just, yeah. So like make it a bit different, yeah. So
yeah.
But nice. How you feel yourself about your
I liked it. So
yeah.
I'm just going to try and hide some of those white acrylic bits with
Yeah, but just exactly just
paint
kind
with,
of the same blue this blue marker, yeah. One can kind of just even just go on top with this light blue. It will make them not white, it will make them light blue, and it already makes them kind of just different. And jewels, and of course the bird is eating some worm.
Yeah, he's eating something. I don't know what.
Look at yours, Jules.
Nice.
I like the stain that it leaves. If you look at that on the branch and underneath his belly, there's a bit of a stain going on. It's like, oh, I like that.
I had that as well.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so with these ones we also get these unpredictable parts. Yeah, like we have with palette knife, sometimes like and watercolors, yeah, normal ones. Sometimes, and here in the end also, like you put as a marker, but as you blend it, we get these blurs. And yeah, so again, I also like this yellow part, yeah, that we kept. So like these sweet spots, yeah, that the one keeps. And the blue wing also like very much. Yeah, that you did also the dark on the bottom of blue. Yeah, so well, the eye looks a little bit angry.
Doesn't he?
Maybe he's the angry with the
he's
worm.
like, nah.
Maybe the worm. Like, something.
Right, let's try and not make him so angry. Let's have a
I know with these details, like it's really always just sometimes, yeah, you can't somehow turns out this other way. And
it's I think what it was starting to bleed.
Yes.
Yeah, let me actually, if I come up. Make the eye. Oh, no. Might have to stick in a bit of acrylic. I've gone over the eye now. Oh, bum.
What for example also is so I really like this yellow spot, yeah, and with orange sometimes one can also go like with the second layer of orange and make it a bit maybe orange brighter. Yeah, but
I'm not touching that now. Yeah. No, I'm too scared. I'm not touching it anymore because I've just now this eye I've lost my eye now.
To comment some parts of course. But yeah,
do you know what? It's better than I thought. Right, let's try and put his eye back in.